Y'all, that is so good. Who doesn't like snacks? Who doesn't love a healthy snack? Unfortunately, healthy snacks are freaking expensive, okay? If you're anything like me, you have a hard time spending the money on something and you don't even know if it's gonna taste good, so you just pass it up. You walk by it every time you're in the grocery store, you see it, you're like, oh, I want that. But I don't know if it's gonna be good and I don't wanna spend $6 on a Sandy cookie because it's gluten-free. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna spend the money and I'm gonna taste it for you and I'm gonna tell you if it's worth the money. Hi guys, I'm Ashton. If you're new here, I am a WBFF Fitness Pro. I own Mabe Fit. I'm a military wife, a dog mom, and a foodie. I also struggle with GI issues, like I know way too many of us do. We're struggling. We're struggling. We keep it inside, but it's a struggle. You're not in this alone, okay? I've become really passionate about this and I want to find foods that work well for me, what's worth spending my money on, finding gluten-free options, nutrient dense. I also love high protein snacks, low calorie. I'm here for it all. But as I go through this journey trying to figure out what my body needs, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna eat some food and I just really want to try all these different foods and tell you if they're worth trying. Whether it be fun foods, healthy foods, specifically grain-free, a specific brand. I have so many ideas and I'm so excited to film them all and share them with you. Today, we are trying fall flavored healthy foods. I believe everything I got today is gluten-free. I will double check and I'll go through every product in detail, but it is Thanksgiving week and I did not want to pass up the opportunity to try all the fall flavors of things because pumpkin spice season is almost over. We're getting into peppermint mocha season. First thing we're gonna do is try out this Simple Mills pumpkin muffin bread mix. If you have never tried Simple Mills, this is actually something. Hello oven, I've already got the oven ready for it. This is a brand that I have been loving lately. They have really awesome ingredients, very minimal ingredients. This brand is non-GMO, gluten-free. The ingredients are almond flour, organic coconut sugar, pumpkin, arrowroot, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves, organic coconut flour, baking soda, and sea salt. The macros for this one are really good. One slice of the bread, which is 21 grams of dry mix, is 90 calories, 3.5 grams of total fat, no saturated or trans fat, 125 milligrams of sodium, 14 grams of carbs, 2 of which are fiber, 7 sugar, 6 added sugar, and then we've got 2 grams of protein. I've got to be honest, I made a mistake and I forgot to buy eggs. I apologize. But maybe you don't eat eggs. So we are going to do the baking soda and vinegar trick that I saw online to replace the egg and pray that it works. I'm also not using oil because I'm just not a fan of using oil, to be completely honest, because I hit my fat goals without added oils and whatnot. So I'm going to use a little bit of pumpkin instead. I hope that works too. I'm only doing a third of this recipe because I don't want anything to go to waste because it is just me eating this, so I don't want to waste anything. Plus, you can do more than just what it says on here. So on the back of this, it has a loaf recipe and a muffin recipe, but you can also do things like pancakes, and their website actually has different recipes you can do with each of their baking mixes. Let's get started. Figure out what a third of this is. I'm going to weigh this and then divide that by 3. Dude, that smells so good. It smells so pumpkin-y and fresh. So I just mixed 1 tablespoon of white distilled vinegar with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I did a lot of math to figure out how much pumpkin I will be using. It came down to about 1 tablespoon. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done this and if there's a better egg substitution and if this worked for you. Does anybody know what a third of a half is? Because I don't. According to a conversion chart I found on Google, a third of a half a cup is 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. So that's what we're going with. That's how much water we've got. Now I add my baking mix. It seriously smells so good. Fun fact, I have actually never used a boxed quick bread mix, a boxed cookie mix, a boxed any kind of baking mix. I have always done everything from scratch. You know what's great about not having eggs in this? This is the final texture, by the way, is I can eat it raw. Let's taste it. Let's just cook, let's bake that and then form an opinion. I think mentally I just can't get over the fact that there's vinegar in this. maybe that flavor will be cooked out. All right, I've got a small little baking pan. I don't know how much this is going to rise, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well that was a fail. I'm really tempted to add chocolate chips. All right, this is not a lot, so it should not take long to bake. I should have put it in a smaller baking dish. I'm going to pop this in the oven for just a few minutes. The baking time for a normal loaf, they say, is 15 minutes. Cover loosely with foil and bake an additional 23 to 33 minutes or until center of loaf bounces back when pressed. Cool 10 minutes before removing from the pan. Oof, that's a lot of work. I'm going to bake this for 5 minutes and then cover it because this is not going to take long. Now that we've got that in the oven, we can move on to the next snack. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really stinking hungry and my brain's kind of not working because of how hungry I am. So we're gonna taste a snack next. So I bought these to taste the cinnamon ones, and I wanted a smaller bag because I didn't want to buy a big bag because I didn't want to open it and then not eat it all at one time and then it gets stale. You know what I'm saying? So I got the individual bags, which I loved because I had a really hard time finding other healthy options that were in individual bags, which is really annoying. My nose is running. I'm at the tail end of a cold, y'all, and I need it to go away. I'm tired of blowing my nose. So here is what the packaging looks like. It's just veggie straws. We all know veggie straws, but I don't think I've ever seen the cinnamon ones before. Why are there apples on it? That made me think that they were like apple flavored, but it just says cinnamon. On the front, it says that they are gluten-free. There's a kosher symbol. They're vegan, 30% less fat than the leading potato chip, no artificial flavors or preservatives. The ingredients in here are corn flour, rice flour, canola oil and or sunflower and or safflower oil, sugar, potato fiber, salt, apple puree, cinnamon, natural flavors, and citric acid. I always hate reading natural flavors because you never know what natural flavors means. But I guess there is apple in here, which is cool. There's 110 calories a bag. I think the regular ones are 100 calories a bag. Oh wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, look, it does say apple. Big on the front, so I guess it is apple straws. But look, this says 100 on the big bag. I hear you. So the nutrition label from the outside of the big bag doesn't match the individual bags. That's really weird. Very weird. Everything is the same but the calories. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense. I'm putting that in there for another 15 minutes. Okay, now time to taste test these lying apple straws. I'm really curious if I can taste apple in these. I do taste the apple. There's like an apple saucy taste there. The bag is not very full at all. Can you tell? There's like nothing in there. These definitely don't feel like they'd be very satisfying in terms of like filling me up. Like obviously it's basically you're eating air. I honestly don't know I don't think they're worth the 110 calories. I feel like it should be less calories considering there's like nothing to them, but they do taste good and they taste like apple. I think there could be more cinnamon though. They're good. I'm very impressed with how much apple I can taste, but I do think I could eat like a whole big bag of these really quickly. I would rather eat something a little more dense with more nutritional value, say like a sweet potato chip, because that's gonna fill you up more than these are, and I could eat way more of these than I could a sweet potato chip. I say that, but I can go to town on some sweet potato chips. All right, next up, I think we should battle out Dunkin' versus Starbucks pumpkin spice. First, we must smell. Ooh, the second I opened it, even just the tiny hole, I smell it. It smells so good. But I'm having a really hard time opening this. Good grief. It does smell good. It smells like when you walk into a Dunkin' Donuts. I guess it smells like pumpkin. I'm just wondering if I didn't know if it was pumpkin, would I know it was pumpkin? This one doesn't really smell like pumpkin at all. It has a lot stronger of a coffee smell. I guess that's the difference between artificial and not artificial. Like I can smell the artificial, like the artificial is probably stronger. Wow, that's crazy. But this coffee just smells so good. I could get high off the smell of coffee, y'all. I'm going to now brew a cup of each of these and see the difference in their taste. I'm gonna use a Keurig, and I have one of these reusable Keurig pod things. Here's the grounds of the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I found these paper coffee cups from hotels, so I'm gonna use these. We've got a Wyndham. All right, so Dunkin's going in Wyndham, and we are doing the strongest setting. Here's the coffee grounds for the Starbucks coffee. I feel like you can't really tell on camera, but they're a little bit darker, I think, in color, and a little bit finer. Here's the two of them side by side. This is the Dunkin', this is the Starbucks. Something I noticed that's different between the two is the Dunkin' is darker than the Starbucks, including like whatever this ring is around. I'm gonna taste them both black and see if I can tell a difference. It's not a super strong smell. This is the Dunkin' one still, by the way, but it does smell good. I don't really taste pumpkin. I think it's just the smell is trying to trick you, you know? All right, now the Starbucks. The Starbucks smells too, but it's different. I don't taste pumpkin in that one either. Y'all, are we being tricked? There's no difference in either of them. I seriously think it's just smell. Huh, wow. It's like the faintest hint ever. And you know what? They probably charge like $3 more for a flavored coffee when it's really not. I think we're being bamboozled, guys. Tastes like black coffee. But you know what? Now we have to try the pumpkin spice zero sugar. What is this? It's coffee creamer. It's a non-dairy creamer. It does contain a milk derivative. It's 15 calories per tablespoon. It is gluten-free, non-dairy, and cholesterol-free. Before I try this, let me get the pumpkin bread out of the oven and see if it bounces when I touch it in the middle, because that's what the box said it should do. That looks good. Is that bouncy? Is that what it's supposed to do? I think so. That rose quite a bit because it started like way down here. Wow, I'm impressed. That actually looks really good for not using eggs or oil like I was supposed to. I'm gonna let that cool and then we'll try it. I'm excited. Ooh, I can put ice cream on it. Oh, yum. I'm excited. According to Simple Mills, we should let it cool for 10 minutes and then remove it from the pan. All right, to make sure that I taste the same amount of creamer in each cup of coffee, I'm going to use the same amount in each cup of coffee. Cheers. I'm just not impressed. Is it the coffee itself? I really think it's just not a good coffee. Like, I like a strong, like, dark coffee. I don't know. All right, you know what? Let's try it in the Starbucks coffee next. All right, cheers again. Yep, not impressed. Not impressed with the coffees, not really impressed with the creamer. I need more pumpkin spice. Like, there's no pumpkin or spice, nor spice. I'm bummed. But when I'm drinking this one, I do get notes of pumpkin in the coffee more than I did the Dunkin' Donuts one, which is interesting. So I think Starbucks is a winner, but not by a long shot. I think I'd rather just buy a good Colombian or espresso coffee. A real cup of coffee versus this overpriced marketing scheme that they got going on. I'm gonna try this creamer by itself, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna just drink it out of this because it's just me here. See, that tastes good by itself, but I really don't taste the pumpkin spice. It just tastes like almost a vanilla creamer. Or I have a cinnamon roll creamer right now. Let me show you, it's good. I have this cinnamon roll one right here, right now, okay? And it's good, but I think it tastes pretty much the same. Hold on, I'm tasting this. Not a big difference, no. Bummer. All right, it's time to taste this pumpkin bread. It's cooled off for about 15 minutes. It looks good. I'm gonna remove it just to see. Oh, I just tried to take it out of the pan and it kind of just crumbled. If I used the eggs and oil like I was supposed to, this probably wouldn't have crumbled like that. So that's my bad. And in a future video, I'm testing baking powders. So maybe we'll retest this and do it the right way. In the meantime, we'll try what we've got. It's crumbling so much, but it would be really good with ice cream still. All right, it's not good, but once again, I think that might be my fault, my error. I think that was my doing. Okay, I do not recommend the vinegar and baking soda thing. I think that was my bad. All right, let's just disregard this one and stay tuned in a future video. I'm gonna retry this. I'm gonna make it right, okay? Yeah, really not good. I taste the baking soda. If you've ever used too much baking soda in a recipe, you know what I mean. There's a reaction happening in my mouth. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate that. That sucks. I ruined it. Ice cream can't even fix that. All right, off to the next product. I think we should try Cheerios next. So not only are we going to test these limited edition pumpkin spice Cheerios, but I also have 2 different kinds of almond milk. So Califia, I think that's how you pronounce it. They have their regular almond milk, and then they also have an extra creamy option. And I really wanna see if there's a difference between the regular and the extra creamy. So we're gonna see. I have both milks right here. I've already drank out of both of them, but I haven't like really paid attention or tested them side by side to see if there's a real difference. But the calories in the regular one is 35 and this one is 60. I don't know what the difference is. First we shake. This is the regular. Should I pour them at the same time? I'm gonna pour them at the same time. Is that super extra? Whoops. Well, that's not working. I'm not very good at this. Huh, there is a difference. I'm not sure how well you can tell, but this one is a lot more bubbly than this one. I wonder if this one just has more gums in it, which is not cool. That's not ideal. So the only reason I was really intrigued by the extra creamy one was to have it super frothy in my coffee. So let's froth them and see if there's any difference. The extra creamy one is definitely more bubbly than the other one. There's really not much of a noticeable difference. I am curious about the texture too, so I'm going to drink these. Almond milk does not taste good by itself. It is a little bit thicker. This one kind of tastes better. So it is a little bit creamier. I wouldn't call it creamy, I would call it thicker. I guess that's almost the same thing, but well, now we're going to try the actual product that I'm supposed to be trying, which is these Cheerios. I must first try them dry. Does anybody else enjoy dry cereal? Because I love dry cereal. They're good. They are kind of spicy. Like I get the spice. I don't get a whole lot of pumpkin. It's faint, but it's there, and they're good. And they are naturally flavored. The first ingredient is whole grain oats, and they are gluten-free. 1 cup is 140 calories, 3 grams of protein, 29 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 10 grams of added sugars, and 2.5 grams of fat. I really hate to say this, but they taste like normal Cheerios, pretty much. Yep, that's another bummer. Honestly, I think I like regular Cheerios better than these. These almost have less taste than regular Cheerios. Not regular Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios. My bad, not like the plain ones. But I think I prefer Honey Nut Cheerios over these. That is so annoying. What a freaking bummer. And I gotta eat the rest of this because I don't want it to get soggy. All right, next up we're going to try this Bob's Red Mill oatmeal. I love their plain oats. I've never tried these single cups before. It's gluten-free with flax and chia, naturally flavored. This entire thing is 240 calories, 5 grams of fat, 42 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fiber, 9 grams of added sugar, and 7 grams of protein, and very minimal ingredients. I really love this nutrition. They're 100% whole grain, non-GMO. This is a big Like this would fill me up so much, and this would be a great pre-workout meal because that's a lot of carbs and it's filling. So it says add hot water to fill line and stir, cover and let stand for 3 minutes. Or add cold water to fill line and stir, microwave on high for 1 minute, let stand for 2 minutes, stir again and enjoy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add cold water to the fill line. Here's what the oats look like. All right, I just put the water in. Something I like is that there is actually a fill line on the inside. You can see the chia seeds in there. All right, I heated it up for a minute, let it sit for a little bit. Here's what it looks like before mixing it. This spoon is humongous. I usually use like baby spoons. I'm curious if this is gonna be sweet. I know there's brown sugar in it, but I feel like just by the way it smells, it doesn't smell like it's gonna be sweet. This would be really good with walnuts in it. It's got a good texture. I mean, hold on, let me back up. I was trying to say it's got a weird texture and it's not very sweet. It would be good if it had a little more brown sugar in it. Obviously, I mean, that changes things. And I do think it would be good with like walnuts on top just to give it some sort of crunch factor. It needs some sort of something. It's kind of just mush. It's good. And I think especially if you're somebody who doesn't like really sweet things, you would really like this. And I'm sure you could do like overnight oats with this too. Just fill it up to the line and let it sit overnight. Final thoughts. I wish it was a little bit sweeter and I don't like the texture of it, but overall nutrition, very good. This is a heart healthy breakfast right here. So I have actually been dying to try this brand just because Instagram for forever was just throwing like these rebates and things at me. And I could never use them because at my home in North Carolina, the stores near me didn't sell them. So it was such a bummer to have like this opportunity to get a free one to try when they were like, I guess still kind of launching. And I never got to use it, but we're trying it today. It wasn't free. They were actually quite expensive, I think. I think like $5 a bottle. I don't know, but they are dairy-free, non-GMO. This one has 4 grams of sugar, 18 grams of plant protein. This is pumpkin spice, so it's limited edition, but it's 180 calories. I think the other ones that I saw were like 180 to 190. The first ingredient is almond milk. They're non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher, 7 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, 7 are fiber, 4 added sugar, and 18 protein. Their label also says that it's infused with prebiotic fiber. And then their plant protein says it's a complete protein blend with brown rice, pea, and chickpea proteins with all 9 essential amino acids, which is very important when you're looking for a vegan protein option because a lot of times you don't have all the amino acids that create a complete protein. So excited. And I could also use this as a coffee creamer. It has like no smell. I mean, my nose is a little bit stopped up, but I don't smell anything. Oh my gosh. That is really good. Holy cow. Is this real life? Y'all, that is so good. It's thick and creamy. It tastes phenomenal. It tastes like pumpkin. There's not a whole lot of spice, but also I'm a cinnaholic, so I might be used to a little more spice than most people. And maybe I'm looking for that. Hold on, let me go blow my nose and try this again so that I get the full experience. Hold on. All right, I blew my nose. Let me try this again. I'm so excited about how good this is. That's so insane. And you can taste the almond. You know how almond milk is kind of like watery? This is actually like, I taste the almond. It tastes real. Yep, that's good. It tastes healthy in a good way. Wow, this is #1 so far. I'm so happy about that. Can you tell? Like, we've had everything else has been such a bummer. Maybe we're starting to close out on a good note because we only have one more product left, and that is the Noosa pumpkin yogurt. I've actually never had this brand before. This entire container, which let's be honest, this is a lot, like the size of my hand and it's 227 grams. I could not eat this whole yogurt in one sitting. That's a lot. 280 calories, 12 grams of fat, 8 grams saturated, 31 grams of carbs, no fiber, 11 grams of protein. And it's 30% of the recommended daily value of calcium, no artificial preservatives, probiotic with whole milk from happy cows never treated with RBGH, which is a growth hormone. Oh, it's also gluten-free. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I'm going to wish there was a topping on it, like a crunchy topping. I love that crunch factor in things like ice cream, like the Talenti layer things. That gets me literally because there's just, it's an experience. It's an immersive experience. Let's open this baby up. I'm so curious about this. I usually get Greek yogurt. This is cute. It says Moo Complete Me. If you don't lick the lid, you're weird. Is this cream cheese? Did I mess up? I'm confused. Is that just like the type of yogurt this is? It's so good. I love cream cheese. I don't eat cream cheese, but I love cream cheese. There's like no pumpkin on top, which is kind of annoying. It's so weird. It's like a mixture of like regular yogurt and cream cheese, in my opinion. Am I supposed to just like mix the pumpkin into the yogurt? See, all the pumpkin is in like one spot right here. So do I just mix it all together? The pumpkin is pumpkin-y. It doesn't taste like real pumpkin, but I guess I'm just gonna mix it all in. I don't know. Why am I having such a hard time understanding how to eat this yogurt? So it's mixed for the most part. That is so good. Wow, yep, we're ending off with two good ones. This is really good. I want to like dip something in it. I don't know what I would dip in it. And for some reason, like I said, it tastes like cream cheese. Just like a liquidy cream cheese. But I really want it on a bagel. Y'all, I haven't had a bagel in years. I'm happy. I said I couldn't eat that all in one sitting, but I probably could. All right, I'm gonna rank these. Number one, I'm having a hard time deciding between the two. These are really close, really close, but I think I'm gonna have to rate the Koya pumpkin spice number one, the Noosa number two. Unfortunately, the simple meals I'm gonna have to just take out of the running because I ruined that and that was a personal, that was my bad. I'm sorry, we'll try it again later. Number three, I'm gonna rank the Red Mill yogurt. 4, these are actually pretty good, but I'm not sure I would buy them again, to be completely honest. I think I would rather have the regular veggie straws. 5, the Cheerios, but to be completely honest with you, I think the Cheerios in both the coffees are all kind of tied as loser because I'm disappointed with them all. I'm glad I tried these because now you know that the majority of these were not worth the money. And Koya and Noosa and the Red Mill, they might be a little pricier, but I think they're worth it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to comment down below what products or brands you want me to try out because I will try whatever you want me to. I am so excited to do this. This is not just for me, it's for you. I just yanked my hair. The whole point of this is for me to try out the things that you want to try but maybe don't want to spend the money on or are scared to. So let me do it for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Bye.